Notion is a highly customizable productivity tool that many YouTube creators use to plan their video production. I don't know about you, but I've sat through tons of these tutorials, and while they're full of amazing ideas and a really brilliant utilization of Notion, a lot of the time they feel overly complex for someone who's just starting out like me. As someone who's at the start of their journey, all I really need is a Notion template that can make sure that I finish what I start and make sure that I keep on track so that every video really has a purpose and really helps somebody out there. So today I want to show you how I've set up my video template to do just that. So let's get into it. Now in Notion, you can give your videos a lot of metadata to help you organize them. And I'm just going to click through to the table view here to see how exactly that plays out in the long form. So as you can see, I've got my planned videos up here and I've allocated them all a publish date, a genre, a video type, and then a video focus. And really, this is all the metadata I need as a beginner to make sure that I am making every video with a purpose. Let's go back to one of the videos I uploaded a couple of weeks ago, which was how to stop procrastinating on Notion. To make sure that this video has a real purpose, I start with why, and this is one of those ideas from Simon Sinek, where everything that you do should start with why and be rooted in your purpose. And that's the same with every video that I'm trying to produce at the moment. So I use this get to buy methodology. I say, this video, I want to get people who procrastinate on Notion to unlock their productivity by highlighting issues and providing solutions. Maybe that sounds like something which would help you too, so be sure to check the video out after this one. But once I have identified who this video is for and what I want to help them with, then I can start putting together a concept. On YouTube, the two most important things for the concept of a video are the title and the thumbnail. Once I have got the idea of a title, I'll go about crafting a thumbnail for it. And I've got it set up here so that the first thing I see when I open up my Notion page is actually what the concept is going to look like. So I've got the thumbnail here and the title below with an H1 tag. It's not the only title that I've considered. I've obviously considered some alternatives, and for here I had productivity apps that are making you procrastinate, how to stop procrastinating on productivity apps. They felt far too broad for what I actually ended up getting into, so I really narrowed it down and made it about Notion. Maybe not the best title ever, but I feel like seeing the thumbnail and the title here together like this, it gives me a lot of confidence that this video could actually do well. And actually this particular video had a higher click-through rate than my previous videos, so I think that putting this amount of time and effort into getting this in shape really worked. One of the cool things about this particular setup is that when I click that concept button, then I can go over to a gallery view of my video library, and I can see how all of my videos are going to look together on the YouTube channel page. Now this is really important to me because I've been trying to make my videos feel more like they belong on the same page. You've probably noticed if you follow my channel that one video to the next, I've been prone to kind of jumping around topics, but I really want to make every video feel like it belongs together from now on. And a great way of doing this is by checking those titles and thumbnails in the context of other videos I've made before, and just checking that the tone of voice is right and that the imagery looks like it's going to belong and feel really purposeful. Now the outline is really the skeleton of the video. This is where I basically put in a structure for what I think the video is going to look like, and I worry a little bit later about putting the flesh on the bones. So the first thing that I'm going to do is probably start with bullet points of the most important things that I need to do in that video. You'll see that I've got here these drop down buttons. They're really useful because they mean that I can hide information if I'm not focusing on that thing at the moment. For a video like the one in question here, which is why Notion's making you less productive, I felt that the script had to be a lot tighter than one such as this video, for example. So what I did was I actually just used the drop down buttons as B-roll shots, and you'll see that I kind of coded each of the different sections with which scene or which shot that I wanted to take from the different areas of this room, and I arranged the B-roll into the categories where I thought that they would fit the best. And that's because for this particular video I actually wrote the script in Google Docs. Doing it in Google Docs meant that I could be so much more intentional about the script. I feel like it's also easier to just read from it when you film the video as well, because you can do the kind of double line spacing and everything like that. For another video, like for example, for this one that I'm doing at the moment, I actually used that outline in a different way. So still the same kind of idea, and we've got all of our different scene names and we've got the info underneath there. And this time I kind of just used bullet points to sort of list out the things that I would want to speak about, knowing that this video would be a bit more conversational. I'm really happy if I can get through that outline, if I can work out what I'm going to say, if I can put together a script. And really the only important thing after that is to plan out B-roll shots. Of course, if you're really into your cinematography or videography or whatever, you could go to town with B-roll shots. You could be listing out tables with which lenses are you going to be using, which cameras are you using, which additional equipment do you need, what time of day do you need to shoot at. I mean, I don't have to worry about that. Pretty much every video is after work or on the weekend, so I'm just sat here talking to you. I don't really need to list out it in that much detail, but one thing I do want is to just make sure that my B-roll really makes sense for the rest of the story. Having it in this list is really convenient. I can access it on my iPad, and as I'm walking around the house taking different shots, I can just tick them off, and it's really good. And like, checklists are basically the bones of this template. So as I'm going through all of this, I will be ticking off the checklist as I go, and there'll be a final check on the thumbnail before I actually get around to uploading. And then it's just a question of clicking that complete button at the end, which is an amazing feeling. And then when I go back to my table view, it will have disappeared and I can start thinking about the next video. The only other little thing that I'll show you here is that I've got this calendar view set up. So that's using the publish date. Again, all the metadata here is actually adding to the utility of this whole kind of setup, and that just allows me to kind of see loosely when I expect the videos to go live. I'm a bit late with this video, but you know, it's been a bit of an odd week, so I haven't made it through exactly how I planned. I think if you can take one thing from this, it's just that you don't have to have these super complicated Notion tables to get stuff done. You just need something that is going to keep nudging you and encouraging you to be creative and to actually get things finished. And if you want to see that video that we've just been through the plan for, which was the Don't Procrastinate on Notion video, then I'm going to leave it up here, and thank you, and I'll see you in a bit.